Hey guys, it's Roscoe, and on the Space Couch today we're joined by my 747 fleet because sadly British Airways have now withdrawn the 747 from service totally. I mean, I think they were all grounded anyway, but they're not coming back. They're going to be retired, scrapped, or sold off for freighter conversions. We've also got my Qantas 747 because they had their last 747 flight yesterday, I believe. I think it's a special livery plane as well, with all that beautiful Aboriginal art where it's the all red fuselage and the dot art and stuff like that. So yes, a sad day indeed. Flown BA 747s many times, mostly to New York and back, to Toronto at least once, and obviously on Virgin 747 to San Francisco. Also BA 747 to Sydney and back via Bangkok and Singapore. But yes, it was a great plane, thoroughly enjoyed it. Until I was on the Emirates A380, it probably was my favourite plane to fly on. When I flew to Australia on them, it was great. I was on the row of 3 towards the back on the right hand side of the plane, next to this couple. We chat and stuff, but then they got moved. They managed to get a seat at the bulkhead basically with the legroom, so I had the whole row of 3 to myself. I was able to stretch out and sleep a lot of the way, not just to Bangkok but also then on to Sydney as well, so that was really, really good. But yeah, the 747, loved that plane. It was fantastic, but a real shame because obviously BA painted up some of them in its special liveries, the BOAC, the 70s/early 80s Negus livery, and then the Landor livery of the 80s into the early 90s, and then basically, well, this one first, which evolved into that, of course. Let's just have a look at the 747 as it towers over the Qantas plane. Yeah, a real shame. It was a great aircraft, and obviously leaves a big hole in the fleet. I don't know about BA's A380s. I would not be surprised if they don't fly again either, but they're a lot more newer, so maybe they would try and hold on them if they can. But still, some of their 747s had a higher capacity than the A380, but some of their 747s had huge business class capacities. Obviously, for places like New York, there's high business demand all the time. The business class cabin would be like, and the first were basically down to here, including premium economy as well. I have flown BA premium economy. Was it on the 747 or was it 777? 747. Out of JFK to JFK and back. It was better out of Heathrow than it was coming back from JFK. But yes, a sad day. And obviously Boeing are phasing out the 747 itself as well. They're going to stop producing it once the current orders are fulfilled, which is mostly, I think, all just for the freighter version of the Dash 8 Intercontinental. Don't think there's any more passenger variants of that being built, other than maybe the occasional government jet. The ones that's going to be the new Air Force One, they were built for Transaero, which is now bust. So that's where those frames are coming from. But yeah, a sad day. 747, an iconic plane. BA operated it for almost 50 years. I believe they took the first one in 1970, but they sat on the ground for a year because of a pilot's dispute. That was Britain in the 1970s. But yes, I always enjoyed flying on the 747. When I was doing my year abroad in the US, waiting at Heathrow Airport to board the plane, the gate we were at, it was a 747, and I showed you the picture on the of me in front of that plane on that video about that first trip to the US and my old boarding passes and stuff. So I was gutted when we were taken down, had to go to a remote gate to some 767. Yeah, but yes, a real shame. Loved this plane. After the A380, it probably is my favourite, but I would choose to fly on the A380 now if I could, if many or any of them will be flying in the future. But anyway guys, I just thought I'd just bring you up to speed with that announcement. A real shame, but they'll have plenty of 787s, A350s and 777X in due course to probably fill in whatever gaps are now in their fleet. Please subscribe to my channel if you enjoyed this content. Leave me a comment suggestion for what topic you'd like to see discussed, or like the video.